Okay. So I welcome you guys to today's class. We are beginning our first class on computer literacy for beginners. It's important for everyone to be computer literate because we all basic use computer in daily lives. You might not even know. Like if you go to the airport, sometimes you need to scan your several areas where you need to know how to use the computer. In the case of being a remote worker, learning remote or happening to have a remote job, the basic device we use to get remote jobs is your laptop, is your computer. Now, with your computer, no matter where you are in the world, you can do jobs, you can do tasks for clients, you can have clients outside the country. Like me, I have two clients. One is in Norway and one is in UK. How am I able to do their jobs? With my laptop. I don't need to go to UK to do the job. You don't need to come to Nigeria to ask their jobs for them. So the internet has made it possible using our laptops to be able to connect with people and do basic jobs, which you need to know how to do on your computer system. So that's why we have this class. Many of us still do not know how to use a computer, and it's not something to be shy about. It's not something to be shameful about. There are some things that you know very well that you'll be surprised that people don't know. That rice that you can cook very well, there are people that don't know how to cook rice. There are people that are going to YouTube every day to learn how to cook rice. Or what of pap, what of custard? You might see that it's easy for you, but to someone else, it's a big deal. Somebody is crying that each time you make pap, it's always. Then you that you do pap and it's thick and it's fine, you don't even look at it as a big deal. Another thing to know is to note when you want to learn something. You need to know that for somebody else to be able to do it with one head, please know that it is easy and you can do it. You just need to put your mind to it. You can learn how to use the computer. Using this phone that you use now to join this link, right? You also use your computer. Is it not? Now, if you don't know these basic things, like even when we are connecting with our clients outside the country, we are using the computer, we are connecting just the same way you joined. It's the same way we will join with them and tell them how we are going to solve their problem, because they need us to help them solve their problem. That's why they are contacting us. Now, if you don't know how to use the computer to now solve their problem, then they don't need you and they cannot pay you. So you have no use to them. Do you understand? Now, even if you want to learn basic, let's say, graphic design, you want to be a virtual assistant, you want to be a customer care person, you want to learn video editing, you want to be a project manager, think of any role you can do virtually. You still need your system. And it cannot be outdated. You cannot say, oh, what I learned in 2020, you're not using it now. We are still using it and we are still, building upon it. So we are going to start today's class, and I hope that it's going to be beneficial for every one of us. And so at the end of the training, we should be able to do basic things such as put on the computer, turn it off, being able to navigate the desktop, being able to open and close applications, being able to create and save files, and then personalize desktop. So these are the topics we'll be treating in today's class. You're supposed to go through getting started with your computer. This just has to do it. You put on your computer, you know where to go. Once you put on your computer, you know where to go, you know what to do, how to position yourself to get started to do any particular thing. You should know how to put on your computer, you know where the power button is. These are just basic things. And then you also need to know when to start working on your computer. You don't just boot it and start pressing it. You have to boot it and then wait for it to be ready to take what? Your instructions. Using your phone is the same thing as using your computer, because you're just tapping, giving the computer instruction. Please, if you're hearing me, let me know.
I can hear you.
Okay. So we'll begin by defining booting. Okay, thank you. We'll start by defining booting. We say booting is a way of turning off your computer. So once we hear boot the computer, it means turn it on. And we also know that when we boot the computer, we are going to shut it down. The same way you boot the computer, it's not the same way you're going to shut it down. So for instance, you are booting the computer, you're putting it using the power button. You are using the power button to put it on. Then when you want to shut it down, you're not going to shut it down just by pressing the power button. That's not how. Okay, so after booting your computer, you have to wait for the computer to boot. Now, before you even get to the desktop, there's another screen that appears for you to like log in. This is for security purposes. Okay, people are not just supposed to have access to your computer system when you are away. So that's why we have that security. So when that pops up, you're supposed to log in with your password. And if you forget the password, you cannot work on your computer system. So most people prefer to use passwords that they can easily remember, or they just prefer not to use any password. So it's up to you if you want to use a password or not. Okay. Next, we'll look at the definition of a laptop. I'll just run through this topic because it's basic, and so that we can move on pretty quick. So you have a laptop, yes? Who is using a laptop and who is using a computer? Is anybody using a desktop computer? And is anybody using a laptop? Grace, which one are you using? Balto, which one are you using?
Laptop.
Okay. So a laptop is a portable computer designed for ease of use and mobility. It's just a desktop computer that was made smaller and easy for you to carry around. For instance, when I'm going to drop my children in school, a laptop is in my bag. In case a client tells me, I need you to do this. The other day, I dropped them in school. I entered the school office and they gave me one room. I sat down there and was put on my laptop and I was just doing my client's work. Do you understand? Okay, so a laptop is portable. You can easily move around with it. You can be at the airport, you can be using it. You can, like I explained, you can be in school, you can be using it. Even if you're driving, you can park somewhere and use your computer as long as you have internet connection. Okay, so now we move on to the basic components of a laptop. First, we must see that it has a screen, and the screen is very fragile. If you are repairing your phone screen and you know that it costs a lot to repair a phone screen, how much more a laptop screen? So your screen is important and you should take care of it. Now, the screen is a visual interface, meaning this is what you are going to use to see whatever is going on in your computer system. It allows you to see what you are doing, what you are clicking, what you're typing, what you are watching. It shows you. And if, for instance, your screen goes blank, that means we need to see a technician, yes? Now we have the resolution and we have different sizes of computers, which come of screens which comes with different laptops. The laptop screen serves as your visual interface. It displays information, it displays images and videos. Now, once you understand your screen resolution and the size, it enables you to enjoy your viewing experience. Next, we'll move on to the keyboard and the touchpad. We know that when we are using a computer, we use the mouse, right? We are using the computer, we are using what? The mouse. But in the case of a desktop, that mouse is called a touchpad. This place you are tapping on and the mouse is moving and all of that is a touchpad. Okay. Grace says she's with her laptop, but she's using her phone for the class. Okay, no problem. Now the role of the keyboard, we all know, is to type. You type words, you type numbers. The keyboard and the touchpad is very, very important in a laptop. In fact, you can do majority of tasks with just keyboard and touchpad. There was a time my keyboard stopped responding, or let me say some keys on my keyboard were no longer. They were no longer responding, and it bothered me so much because I'm typing and I cannot type. A is not coming out. You're typing and you get to R or T and it's not coming out. It's so frustrating. And because of that, it slows down your work. So the keyboard and the touchpad are very, very important. The keyboard is your primary input device. We have heard about input device. We know that there's input device. We know that there's output device. We know that there's storage devices. Okay. Now, the keyboard and the touchpad, they are input devices. Why are they input devices? Because whatever you are doing with them, as long as you are typing, you are sending instructions into the computer. So that's why it's an input. It is putting in. Okay. It is putting in what? Information into the computer. Now, we said the keyboard is your primary input device for typing, while the touchpad or the trackpad serves as a mouse substitute for navigation. What do you mean by navigation? For moving around. Okay, your laptop screen can be sensitive to touch. If it is a touch screen, that means you just be scrolling the way you're scrolling on your laptop screen the way you're scrolling on with your phone. And we are going to need to learn basic keyboard shortcuts and touchpad gestures. I'm sure we remember some of these shortcuts I sent to the main. Some of those keyboard shortcuts I can do Control A, Control this, Control another letter, and all of that. It will enable you to do tasks very, very quickly. Now, if you look beside your computer, there are some ports. For instance, where you are charging your laptop, it's called a port. We call that a power port. You also have the USB. You have ports that you can use to connect another monitor, or let's say connect a projector. You need to know where to connect it to. Okay, so all these inside they have functions. They have these holes you see beside your laptop. They have functions. We have the USB, we have the HDMI, which when you connect your projector or other screen display devices. Then you have the headphone jack. This headphone jack is for audio. Okay, like if you have a headset that is wired, you use a wired or a wireless headset for customer service jobs. They don't want you talking into the laptop directly. They want to see that you have a headset. It looks more official. That's why those customer service people, they always have their headset before they even pick up a call. They must wear their headsets. And then these connections have to be in place Sometimes the headset can be wireless. Yes, the headset can be wireless, or they can be connected via Bluetooth, which is also the same thing as being wireless. Then the wired ones are the ones that have a cable that you must attach to it, that you must connect to it. Please, if you are following, let me know. And if you have questions, you can type in the chat. I'm seeing the chat, I'm seeing notifications when there's a message on the chat box. Please, let's go along. Okay, thank you, Porto. Please just feel free to ask, and please don't be shy. Auntie Madam Grace knows me. I don't feel or I don't feel anybody learning should be shy. Just like somebody going to learn how to drive a car now. You might be a professional, you know how to drive. Somebody is going to pay another person to learn how to drive. For you, you might say, why should I even go and why should I pay somebody to learn how to drive? This person does not know, does not have any idea. In fact, if they put that person inside the car and put in the middle of the road, the person will be shaking and even pee on the body because the person does not know it. And if you can see that on the road, there are people, the people that are driving on the road, they have one head. A woman is driving, a man is driving, boys are driving, girls are driving. So what stops you? Why should you be afraid? So please, while we are going along, if there's anywhere you are not clear, type it in the chat box. Maybe if I don't see it immediately, I'm sure with time I'll see it and I'll respond. Please don't feel shy to ask any computer-related question. Don't feel shy. Ask and be clear. Ask and know it, pata pata. Now we'll move on to navigating the desktop environment. We all know what the desktop is. Now, after the computer has finished booting. Porto, do you know the desktop?
Yes.
Okay. What can you see on the desktop?
The desktop icons and apps.
Icons and what?
Folders and
Okay. Okay. Let me show you. Sorry, please give me a minute. Let me show you. We'll come back to this. I want to show you the desktop, so we'll make that pretty fast. Please, can you see my screen?
yes.
What can you see? Can you see? I'm trying to show you my desktop. Can you see the whole screen or you're seeing a portion of it?
The also.
You can see the whole screen.
Yes.
Can you see the icons on my desktop?
Yes, I can see.
Okay, okay. How about over here? Can you see this one?
Yes.
Okay. Now, over here is the desktop. We have icons that tells you what you have stored in your computer. We have this image you are seeing here is a wallpaper. Okay, it's a wallpaper and we can change it. We can change the wallpaper to something else. For instance, you want to put your picture. You have a picture you like that you want to put. You don't want this image. You can change it. Okay. Now, all these things has to do with your basic knowledge of the computer system. Your basic knowledge of the computer system. Now, it's like we're having less than 10 minutes for this class because we did not start on time, or rather I joined earlier and it had been reading. So what we are going to do now, I think we might have to pause, but when it's getting to time, we'll just stop and probably get another link and join again. Is that okay?
Okay.
Okay, so let's proceed. Now over here is the taskbar. We can also call it the system tray. I've just talked about customizing your desktop and change the picture by right clicking. When you right click, you see this option. Please, can you see this menu?
Yes.
Okay, so you go to personalize and then you choose any picture you like. Choose your picture. The one that is there now is this. You can change it to this, or you put it on this one. Okay, so any one you choose is fine. Can you see that it has changed now?
Yes.
All right, so over here we have some icons here. Once you click, this shows that your laptop is charging. This icon shows Zoom. This icon shows we have internet connection. And we call this wireless connectivity. The wireless connectivity allows you to connect your system to the internet, and which is very, very important for you as a basic computer skill person, someone with basic skills. Okay, Grace says we should repeat how to change the screen picture. And Umpoto, you were following, right?
Yes.
Yeah, please help me explain to her how to change. Can you explain to her how to change your wallpaper?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think you right click on your screen.
I'm following your instruction. You said I should do what?
Right click
Right click on what?
your screen.
Did I call it your screen?
Yeah.
What did we call the whole of this screen? It has a name.
Taskbar.
We called it the desktop. The whole of this screen. This is the screen. Once the screen appears after your computer has finished booting, the whole of this screen, from here, the whole of this rectangle, straight down, all of it is the desktop. Okay. It is this one that is down that is the taskbar. It shows you the tasks or the apps that you have, the softwares you have opened. It's the taskbar. You understand now? Okay, so we have to right click where now?
Your desktop.
Okay, so I've right clicked the desktop. What's next?
You scroll down to your display settings.
No. Was it display settings we said? I'm clicking display settings. So okay, let me help you, Mpoto. Thank you. All right, I said we should right click on the desktop. This is the desktop. And when you right click, a menu comes out and you click personalize. You click personalize, and when personalize open, This is the screen that pops up. You can decide to use your own picture. Okay. Now I can decide. Grace, are you following?
Yes, yes, I'm following.
Okay. Yes, personalize. All right. So if you want to choose a picture you already have in the computer, you just go to browse. And then you look for where you saved the picture and you use that. You select it. Like this one, I want to use this one. So I've selected it. And then I choose picture. And that pops up here. So now when I go back to my desktop, I can see my face is here. Wait, did you get it now?
Yes, yes,
All right.
thank you.
Okay, so you can put any nice picture you want on there. So we are done with getting to know your computer system. We have talked about putting the computer. We have talked about learning the basic components of your computer, which is the screen, the keyboard, the touchpad. We also looked at the ports and the connectors, what enables you to connect devices to the computer. Sometimes you can do it wirelessly, or you can use cables. So when you're powering on your laptop, you're connecting it to the power port. When you want to charge your phone or you want to use something with USB, there's a USB port there as well. Then I think before we go, we should also quickly look at how to change your time. You want to change the time on your laptop. Sometimes you boot your computer and the time is not correct. How do you change it? This is how you change it. You click on the time itself. Sometimes you can double click it or you just click it once. Okay. Then you come over here. Look at this March 24. You can see you can adjust it. February, January. Can you see the thing is changing?
We are not seeing it. It's not showing on your screen.
That's why I said it's like you're not seeing my entire desktop. Please give me a minute. Why are you not seeing my entire screen?
I'm
Are you
seeing your
even seeing?
entire screen.
You're seeing
I'm
my
seeing
entire
your
screen.
screen. Yeah.
Can you see this place? Can you see what I'm doing here now?
Yes, yes. You're navigating with your mouse. Yeah.
With the taskbar, on the taskbar, right?
Taskbar, yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So there's something wrong. It's not showing my. It should show. It's telling me that it's showing my entire screen. Mkpoto, I seeing the same thing as well.
I'm saying you're navigating with your mouse and saying
Yes, I just tried to change the time, but she's saying she's not seeing it. Are you seeing the time?
yes, I saw it. Yeah. I'm seeing it
Okay.
now.
Okay, Grace, you are seeing it now.
Yes.
Okay, so you can change it by clicking on this, or we just go to settings.
Mm. Where is the setting?
Date and time setting. The settings is at the start. When you click on start, are you seeing me? When you click on start, this is power, this is settings. Can you see it now?
No, no, no.
You're not seeing. Okay, I'll have to log out because we have less than a minute for this Zoom class.